Pregame.com.
Saints at Titans. Saints opened 4.5-point road favorite, total 48. We've seen the spread come down a little bit, total go up a little bit. This is his best bet. Tell me who you like and why.
I'm going to take the dog here plus the points. Saints are a totally different team when they play on the road. They're 2-4 against the spread on the road this year, 5-12 against the spread going back their last 17. In 4 games played this year outside of a dome, they play in a dome. They played 2 road games at a dome. Other than the games they're playing domes, they have outscored the opposition 107-105. Only one of those teams has a winning record. So this is the spot right here. The Saints are coming off of 2 games where they scored a lot of points. National TV, they scored 80 points the last 2 weeks. Teams that score 80 points with at least one of those games being on national TV are going to be an overrated team. And after they played 5 straight NFC contests, they've got 3 more NFC contests coming up. So now they're going out of conference to play an AFC team. So this is the least important game on their schedule for the last 3 months actually. You take a look at the Titans. They're tied for the wild card spot right now. In their next few games, they've got Indianapolis, Jacksonville, and Houston. Now, Houston's got a 2-game lead in this division, but that'll be the last week of the season. Houston's going to
especially as banged up as they are.
They're very banged up. They're going to rest their starters that last game. So if Tennessee gets by this game, they've got Indy, Jacksonville, and a backup Houston team in their final game. I bet Houston 2-1 to make the playoffs today.
Tennessee, you mean?
Or Scott, I'm sorry, with Tennessee. The Tennessee running game is peaking right now, and the defense hasn't given up more than 24 points in all but 2 games this year. Only twice have they given up more than 24 points. New Orleans will put some points on the board here, but you've got a team who can run the ball. New Orleans does not stop the run, and I've already told you about how New Orleans plays when they're not playing in a dome. I think we've got tremendous value here with a home dog, and a lot of this value we've lost because, as you said, it opened 4.5 for a little bit, was 4, and now we're getting 3.5. There is a couple 4s still out there
and
right
I think game day, it'll get to 4. This will be one of the heavier bet sides. New Orleans is a public team, number one, because they put up points. And the way they've looked the last few weeks, they're going to get the money here.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I was a little disappointed that sharp guys like yourself jumped on Tennessee because I was hoping this line would have went up. The look ahead was New Orleans 5.5 at the Hilton. And I was surprised it came out at 4.5 because all New Orleans have done is since that look ahead is look even better.
Right.
So I was surprised it came out at 4.5. I was hoping it would come ahead of that look ahead. Maybe a half point, put it out there as 6. But if that was the case, we'd still be jumping over each other to take Tennessee. Right. So they didn't do that. I have to agree with you. And as much as it's no secret, I'm not only a fan of the Saints, I have a future bet on the Saints. So, I have interest in seeing this team do well and win and get a, first round bye in the playoffs. But this isn't a good spot for them at all. They're playing a Tennessee team who could run the football. Early on in the season, that was the question. When are they going to start running the football? When are they going to start running the football? Well, now they're running the football. They've averaged 4.9 yards per carry. The Saints allow 4.9 yards per carry. And when you look at what Tennessee has done of late, I think they're going to run all over this defense. More importantly, the last thing you want is to get in a shootout. Here we are with Drew Brees, who has broken the record for 4,000 yards at 12 games. And he's on pace to break Dan Fouts' record and Dan Marino's record and every record out there. And Graham, tight end Graham, he's on pace to break Kellen Winslow's record. This team's shattering records offensively. So you definitely don't want to get in a shootout with them. I think Tennessee has the type of offense that will be able to not have to do that, where they could chew up clock, where they could keep them on the sideline, have them not get in a rhythm. Because if this team gets in a rhythm, you're in trouble. Ever since they lost to that Rams team on that Sunday, they've gone 4-0 straight up and against the spread. And they haven't just been beating people. They've been bringing the hammer down. So you don't want them getting in any kind of rhythm. And I think they'll be able to stop that from happening. And let's not forget, you look at the New Orleans side, you got Ingram, Heisman Trophy winner. You got Sproles, and you got Pierre Thomas. You know, they got a running game as well. That's why I as much as I lean Tennessee, I'm also looking at the under. 5 of the last 6 games for Tennessee have gone under. 3 of the last 4 for New Orleans have gone under. Because you usually get an inflated total when it's talking about the New Orleans Saints. And I think 48.5 in Tennessee is a little too high. Do you agree with that?
I would play the under if I had to choose, yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you convinced me on the over, that's for sure.
The over.
I mean on Tennessee.
You asked me my opinion, I give you the one side, then I convinced you on the opposite side.
I like the under. I like the under, so forget the over. But I was just going to say, honestly, Tennessee's playing great football. They've rushed for 172 yards or more in 3 of the last 4 games. That's impressive to me, any way you look at it. I got to agree with you here. I wish I could disagree so we could bet. But actually, I feel more confident when I agree with him, or when he's on the side I like, I feel even better. So I kind of like he likes the under a little bit. But Tennessee's Brian's best bet. You've been doing well.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
I'm
not a big hype guy. You're not going to get a lot of hype out of him.
No hype out of Brian. He's not here to tell you how great he's doing. I'll take care of that. So don't forget, check out in the pregame forums, pregame videos. Go to pregamevideos.com. We'll be putting in our game notes for all the videos we've covered. Plenty of vids up there. Brian's best bet is on Tennessee. That's Tennessee. In case I screwed a couple people up here. Tennessee Titans plus the 3.5. Wait till closer to kickoff. This line will get to 4, no problem. All that Saints money will come piling in game day once the public speaks. It's going to do it for this week's videos. Make some money, do some damage.